Well, you know, after she lost the appeal, she finally apologized when all of her other options were exhausted. And from what I understand, Cardi B is actually trying to seize her assets. I had heard that she's trying to seize her YouTube revenue. I'd also, saw that she was trying to seize her house. And Tasha K is almost mocking the situation. She's like, I ain't got it. I promised to pay you, but I got to pay 110,000 in taxes. And here's my American Express bill. It's almost like a mocking kind of situation that continues. And I just don't understand it. I almost feel like Tasha K, like I said, she lied about me for no reason when actually I had been nice to her when we initially started communicating. When she first started, I said, hey, congratulations on your success. That was my initial conversation with her, only to have her make up a bunch of really vicious lies, which she knew she was lying. I almost feel like this almost mental illness at this point, where you have Tourette's or something of that sort, where you just have to blurt out false things about people to make yourself feel better. But in this particular situation, can Cardi B seize her YouTube revenue? Can she seize her house or any other assets that she has?
Yeah, she's already done it, And just to go back to what you were saying, Tasha K has been mocking Cardi B from the very beginning, and you're absolutely right. It has not ended. Tasha K made a video when she went to Africa, and she made this little video about her transferring all of her money from America into an African bank account, like $800,000. She stood outside of a Chase bank because Cardi B had subpoenaed or frozen one of her accounts in a JP Morgan Chase bank, and there was only like $1,000 in it. And Tasha K stood outside that bank with a withdrawal slip. And, I got $1,000. I'm going to give it away. And then did a giveaway and gave one of her subscribers like $1,000. And then the subscriber went and bought an iPhone or something like that. So she's toying with the fact that she's giving Cardi B's money away. Cardi B has sent subpoenas and garnishments to Google. I think just a couple of weeks ago, Google responded saying that they had sent Cardi B $9,300, had sent Cardi B Tasha K's YouTube check. Now, that's interesting in and of itself that it would be $9,000, right? Because if you know about YouTube and YouTube money, you would think that Tasha K gets way more than that. And I want to applaud her in a large sense because she's very, very talented. I don't know any other Black women on YouTube who have a channel by themselves, who are live streamers, and who have over 1 million subscribers. Like I can't name one. Maybe there are 2 or 3 on there, but it has to be less than 5. Certainly there are Black women on YouTube who have more than 1 million subscribers if they're making these pre-recorded videos. But it takes a lot of talent just to cut on the camera and talk your shit for 2-3 hours straight. And that's what she does. And she's garnered a humongous audience. I don't know any Black woman that's bigger. So she's obviously talented, but to see her in this situation it's incredible. And to also see that Cardi B has gotten her $9,000 YouTube check, there's a part of me that says that cannot be right. Maybe Google can only provide Cardi B with, let's say, 25% or 30% of her earnings because it's some type of garnishment. But the paperwork that Cardi filed commanded Google to withhold all of Tasha K's earnings, not 25%, not 30%, 100%. And for them to be like, hey, we got her monthly income, here's $9,000. I mean, I don't know what to make of it. And also, I mean, if it's $9,000 a month, Cardi B, she's never going to get $4 million. It's not even going to come close. But yeah, it's a super interesting case. And she's starting to pay. Tasha K is unwillingly starting to pay because of her assets are kind of being frozen and withheld. But we'll see what's going on. You know, Cardi B has a lot of money, and you would think, some people say, oh, well, Cardi, you know, you got a lot of money, just forget about it. Cardi ain't forgetting about it. And we have to remember that part of that $4 million that Tasha K has to pay Cardi B was a little bit over $1 million in legal fees. Cardi B had to pay her attorneys over $1 million in cash. So as it stands right now, Cardi B is in the hole. All right. Cardi B has a piece of paper saying that she should get $4 million. But what she really has is a negative account of over $1 million. So, you know, it's hard to say, oh, well, just eat this $1 million and don't worry about it. Let Tasha K off the hook. Maybe if she didn't have to spend the $1 million, maybe if she wasn't out anything, she would let it ride. But, I mean, when you're in the hole $1 million, you at least want your $1 million back. Plus, it needs to be said that, you know, Cardi B herself can kind of be a little petty. I was sitting in the trial and I heard that Cardi B was online and this particular woman had said something about her teeth, that Cardi had crooked teeth. Well, Cardi B went back and looked at this lady's profile and saw that, you know, she had a child that passed away. And Cardi B said, well, you know, if you were not worrying about my teeth so much and worrying about being a better mother, maybe your infant would still be alive. And this is a random woman. Exactly. It's a random woman. So it's like, come on, you're a world famous singer. You know, why are you getting in the mud with these rando people? Because if you're on social media, you understand that there are always going to be trolls, always going to be people who say stuff. But Cardi B is the type of person, maybe like a Kevin Durant, who is going to address these people. So if she's going to address these little people, these nobodies, these trolls, of course, Tasha K, she's going to want every cent of her money. And she's doing what she needs to do to get it.
My last question before we get off this topic is, can Cardi actually seize Tasha's home in order to pay back this $4 million?
Yeah, Tasha is able to, well, Cardi B is able to seize all of Tasha's assets. But of course, there are certain protections. You know, the assets that Cardi would be able to seize really need to be in Tasha K's name and really solely in her name. And I have a feeling that Tasha K doesn't have a lot of assets in her name. We saw this recently. There was this famous case that just exploded on the internet with this football player who had gotten divorced from this model, and the model was asking for half and asking for alimony. Come to find out that the football player, the soccer player, all of his assets were basically in her mother's name. And so you can't do anything if you don't have any. You can't do anything against someone if they don't have any assets in their name, right? In the United States, we don't do debtor's prison anymore, so she's not going to be able to go to prison. And what you'll end up with is a piece of paper saying this person owes you this money. In the law, we call that type of person, we'll say that person is judgment proof. Like, you can get a judgment against them, but they're kind of bulletproof to it because they don't have the money to pay and they're never going to pay. So if Tasha K has gotten everything out of her name, then there's really nothing that Cardi can do. She can just sit around and wait. The fact that Tasha K emptied out her bank account right before that garnishment kicked in, right before the account was frozen, and only left $1,000 in there, I mean, that lets me know that Tasha K has been planning for this. So I don't think that Tasha K is going to have a lot of valuable assets in her name.
Yeah, but honestly, that is just a horrible way to live out the rest of your life, to constantly be trying to hide your assets, constantly putting everything in other people's name, trusting that those people will not then turn around and screw you and just say, hey, well, this house is in my name, I'm kicking you out of my house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this bank account is in my name, it's really your assets. You know something? I don't like you today. I'm gonna take you off as a co-signer, and this is all my money, and you can't do anything about it. And then you have to try to figure out a new hustle. So for everyone out there that's planning on doing this, you're just better off doing the right thing and telling the truth. And if you do make a mistake, you fess up to a mistake. Listen, we, as a media outlet, we make mistakes sometimes. And when someone approaches us and say, hey, listen, this is not true, if we confirm that it's not true, we instantly take it down. We apologize if necessary. And we just want to keep it moving because we're not trying to sit behind a lie and have things escalate the way we've seen in this particular situation.
100%. Totally agree.